All right, let's get it. Hello, I am so envious and welcome to Right to Write. I've been in a bit of a writer's block recently, so I felt like what better way to handle that than just to write. I'm an artist. Here is some work I've done.
Love the way you made me wait. I'm right here all night, all day. Say I'm pathetic, antipsychotics and antidepressants.
So yeah, you get what I'm vibing with, you get what I'm rocking with. So today, I thought I'd start a little series where each week I release a video of me going through my writing process and the way I write songs, as a way of me just putting content out there, and also as a way for the viewer to kind of understand it. Maybe you're struggling with writing, maybe like you don't understand the in and outs of doing different genres. So I'm here to help you with that. But I think a lot of people overcomplicate it. So I'm gonna walk you through the way I write my songs. But there's a little twist on it. I got two wheels. One wheel has genre. As you can see, it's got a bunch of different ones. It's all shit I've kind of vibed with. It's kind of shit I've made. There's a few that I've always wanted to make. And there's a couple that I necessarily don't want to make, at least today. I mean, I probably will some point. And then we got a wheel here for ideas. It's kind of ideas that I've accumulated over time. Some are very vague, some are very specific, and there's not necessarily anything I don't want to write about. I can write about anything. I feel like a lot of people only write from their own experiences, and I found it doesn't necessarily need to be your own experience. As long as you have an understanding and you can explain that emotion or that situation, it can be well done. You don't have to have experienced it in order to create a dope song around that concept. Only two rules. One, whatever it lands on, gotta fucking go with it. Number two, I wanna write this within 30 minutes, give or take. I found that if it takes longer than 30 minutes for me to write a song or get a good idea of what I'm going with, I am overthinking it. That is the number one thing you do not want, is to overthink it, because if you're overthinking it, that definitely comes across in your music. You want it to flow, you want it to be easy, you want to ride that beat. 30 minutes, let's see what we can do. First things first, let's spin that genre wheel. Oh, synthwave. I fuck with the synthwave. Here are some artists.
Helicopters against the moonlight. Would you look at the time? I'm racing against it. Your heart's in my heart. Come place it against it. I'm gonna show you where it's dark.
Now, synthwave comes from mostly 80s. Like, a lot of that music could be classified as synthwave. That's when synths started getting big. But I never really listened to 80s music. It's not something I vibed with for the longest time, up until I found an artist named Mr. Kitty, who is a modern artist that makes like modern synthwave electronic music, and it's very inspired by 80s, and that shit sold it for me. I was in, I loved it, and now I listen to a bunch of 80s music. You know, you got like your Tears for Fears, you got your Billy Joel. There's a lot you can do with synthwave, and I've always loved it. Here are a couple songs I've made of synthwave.
This can't be fucking real.
Something I've always loved, so we're just gonna run with it. Now, let's spin that idea wheel. Let's see what this synthwave song is gonna be about. Not meeting expectations. Your boy knows a few things about that. So I'm not too mad about that. I fuck with it. It is kind of that general vague direction. There's a lot you can do with that. You know, not meeting expectations in a relationship, not meeting expectations with your parents, with your family, with your work. Like, there's a lot of directions you can go with that, whether you're talking about it in a general sense or a very specific sense. Honestly, I get the idea, and I just try to write and not think about it, only thinking about the concept. And usually it will follow in that same direction. If you stray away from that, that's okay. But most of the time, if you have that general idea of what you're going with, it'll be based around that in some way, shape, or form. And I am going to be using YouTube beats today. I ain't trying to invest a shit ton of money in something that is going to be a throwaway or something that I'm not going to invest in. Say you guys fuck with it and you want it on streaming platforms, I'll pay for the licensing and get that shit up there. YouTube isn't as bad as everyone says, or like using type beats. Sometimes that's all you got. You got to work with what you got, which I don't necessarily fuck with type beats if they are a specific artist, but if it's like a general genre or a vibe, I think that's kind of your best bet if you're using YouTube. So that's what we're doing. Don't fucking judge me. If that's not how you do it, then that's not how you do it, bitch. Synthwave. Oh my god. See, Tory Lanez I fuck with pretty heavy. His 80s album was pretty sick. I will not lie, I fuck with it. Definitely not the best dude in the world.
Can't be a boy and get into the twerkathon. It doesn't work like that.
But that album was pretty sick. I'm already struggling. I get very picky if I'm using YouTube. It is difficult using YouTube sometimes where like if you are looking for something very specific, it's hard to find sometimes when you gotta like search the depths of YouTube. We're gonna try to keep it pretty niche. The Weeknd was something that got me into it too. The Weeknd from his album, what's the name of it? I guess Starboy had some synthwave on it. After Hours is a lot of synthwave. So let's see what we can run with. So what I look for when I'm looking for instrumentals is a build-up, is a progression. So if it's just like very calm throughout the whole song, I don't necessarily fuck with that. That is the best way to tell a story, is with progression. I like it to be cohesive. I like it to be something that's very digestible, something you can understand.
I run a podcast solo. No producer, no editor, no tech skills, just Riverside. I get hyped.
I don't have YouTube Premium. Yeah, we're using that. See, that's what you're looking for in a synthwave beat, is the heavy synths, the heavy drums. Synthwave beat talking about not meeting expectations. Let's run it. I'm gonna be using a Google Doc today, just so you guys can kind of follow along and see how the progression goes. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. Popular songs across any genre. They aren't saying the most in-depth shit. They aren't saying the biggest words, something that you can understand and you can sing. So it's catchy. That is what makes the best song all across the board, not just with pop. That's where a lot of people get mistaken. They look at simple writing, simple anything when it comes to music, and associate that with pop, when the best songs out of most genres are the most simplest and easily to understand. And it's not necessarily that I'm not saying anything or I'm saying like the most mediocre bullshit. It's that what my idea is, I create it in a way that anyone can understand and relate to it. First things first, I like to get a melody. So I'm thinking that this is just an intro. So I'm thinking for that first part, do a lyric building into that chorus. And that's gonna be the chorus, but that first beginning part is just gonna be strictly instrumental, because that is a dope fucking instrumental. You need to leave some space for it to breathe. I'm not what you expected. I hit a wall. Hit a wall. Saw myself hit a wall. Saw myself sinking. It's a gamble. Expectations. What rhymes with wave, huh? What rhymes with wave? It's a tidal wave, wave volume under it. So I hit a wall, for saw myself sinking, it's a gamble. If I meet expectations, it's a tidal wave, wave volume under, it's a dimmer cave. I'm sleeping deep into hit a wall, for saw myself sinking, it's a gamble. If I meet expectations, it's a tidal wave, wave volume under, it's a dimmer cave. I'm sleeping deep into it, fight 'em off. Thoughts of complacent. So the first part's talking about that feeling where you feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to, or you're not like meeting the expectations of the people around you. But it's not just you're not doing it, it's that internal battle. It's that feeling of knowing that you are struggling with that, but not being able to do anything about it, or like falling victim to the easiness of complacency, the easiness of not doing what you are supposed to, the easiness of lacking motivation, you know? I feel like that's something everyone has fallen victim to and has dealt with in their life, is finding that motivation and trying to keep it.
Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Ooh, that's dope. I find enough thoughts of complacent. If I had it all, promise it'd be different. It's a battle I have with my demons, and I called it off. They stay persistent. And that's about like that internal battle you have, trying to like get yourself up, get yourself to do something, get yourself to do what your dreams are and what you want to achieve. But that's difficult. If I stay... Let me think. But it just to run away, just let it fade now. Away, just let it fade now.
Oh shit, here we go again.
So what I think the general direction of this is going is more so towards like meeting those expectations, but what's stopping you is yourself. Like that internal battle of the only thing that's stopping you is yourself. And that's one of the most difficult things to grasp and kind of come to a realization with yourself, is that the only thing getting in your way is you. You want to make that change, but it's you that needs to change. You don't know what the fuck to do because you're just living your life. You're living your day to day, not really thinking about anything. So it's like, what do? It's just changing habits, which that is the hardest thing in the world to do, is change your habits. So like this, wait, just let it fade now. A day turns into two and I lose my way. Oh, I'll do that later today. Oh, I'll do that tomorrow. And you wake up the next day and you're doing your shit and then you're like, oh, I was gonna do that today. Okay, I'll do that tomorrow. Where it's that battle where you have it in your mind that you're gonna do it, but you end up pushing it back and back and back. But you telling yourself that you're going to do it tomorrow or the next day or the next day is not necessarily that you want to do. It's more so like that makes you feel better about it because it will get done, because you keep telling yourself it's going to get done. You don't know when that is, but as long as you tell yourself it's going to get done, that means you're doing what you're supposed to. What do you do? If you is to blame, what a fucking fool. Okay, so that's verse 1 and chorus. Let's get on to verse 2.
He's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music.
I don't know if I'm fucking with that. I'm just going with it. I'm not thinking about it, but I don't know if I fuck with that. Song was done in, I'd say about 30 minutes. Shit. I fuck with it. I think it's dope. When I'm singing, I might adjust a few things, make it flow a little smoothly. I think I did in some parts say too much, but I fuck with it. What do y'all think? Okay, let's record that bitch. What's good? It's a new day. I didn't want to record that shit that night because it was 12 a.m. and I ain't fucking doing that to myself, okay? Today we're gonna record it and you're gonna hear the finished product. Only a couple things. I use pitch correction when I am recording just so I make sure I'm getting the proper notes. Basically doing what I can to the best of my ability to make it sound as perfect as I can. Doesn't mean that I always keep it, doesn't mean that I will, but you get the gist of it. And another thing, I use 3 separate vocal stems for each vocal. One in the center, one pan to the left, and one pan to the right. That is the best way I found to get a real like depth in the sound and really give you like a polished vocal. Without further ado, expectations.
Myself thinking it's a gamble. just around.